Now, I have a story to tell you. It's an interesting, revolutionary 200 years old history about industries. 200 years back, only animals like horses and elephants are used in farms and factories. During that time, in 1784, steam engine was invented. One small steam engine could be able to replace almost like 20 to 30 horses. It was considered a very big industrial revolution during that period. And exactly 100 years later, in 1870s, electricity was invented. Again, one electric motor used in assembly lines could be able to replace number of steam engines. So again, it was considered a biggest industrial revolution called 2.0. Then again, exactly 100 years later, the invention of PLCs and computers made a very big change. The way factories operate, the industry operate, the efficiency increased. So that is called Industry 3.0. Now, we are in the era of Industry 4.0. So what is Industry 4.0? In European terms, it is Industry 4.0, and in Americas, it is called smart factories. Both are interchangeable. So if somebody refers smart factories or Industry 4.0, both are same. Coming back, Industry 4.0 is not like the previous revolutions which talk about one single technology or one single machine. No, Industry 4.0 is an intelligent connected network of machines and sensors and algorithm. It's a physical cyber interface kind of thing. It's a landscape, it's a model. It's not a single technology. It's a group of technologies works in hand to increase the overall productivity of the industrial ecosystem. I'm Dr. Bharati. It's a great privilege for me to be here in front of you. I'm the founder of Fusion VR, and I have 25 years of industrial experience, and I'm a certified Industry 4.0 consultant. There is a bad news and a good news to share with you. I think I should start with the bad news, then move on to the good news, then the story will end with a happy ending. I assure that. See the warning. Manufacturers not adopting Industry 4.0 may risk falling behind the curve. Even worse, they may not survive to see the next decade. Alarming, isn't it? It's a lesson learned from the history. Companies who didn't adopt 1.0, 2.0 or 3.0 technologies during that period wouldn't have survived. Right? Agree with me? The same story here. The Industry 4.0, if it is not adopted, those companies are not going to survive through the next decade. Why is it? Let me give you the case studies and results of the early adopters. Just take few seconds, some 10-20 seconds to observe the numbers highlighted in green. These are the companies adopted Industry 4.0, and their results are enormous. Can you see? 50% saving in maintenance costs, 40% improvement in quality, 75% better results, zero wastage, 90% improvement, 300% increase in output. So companies who have adopted Industry 4.0 have these privileges. Let me explain this thing. Let's take an example of two companies, Company A and Company B. When both these companies were running with Industry 3.0 technologies, let's say to produce a product which costs about 100 rupees for both of them, then they are almost competing each other in the same level. All of a sudden, Company B started implementing Industry 4.0, then their production cost started to drop drastically. Now Company B can produce things at 30 rupees, but Company A is still producing the product at 100 rupees making cost. So how do you think how would this company A could survive in the market? The company B have a very good, almost 3 times better competitive advantage to reach the market. Then over the period, company A will vanish and automatically disappear from the market. That is what highlighted in the warning message earlier. I hope you can realize the importance and the benefits of adopting Industry 4.0. Let me take some time to explain about the main pillars of Industry 4.0, the technologies which fuels Industry 4.0 ecosystem. From a typical factory environment, the sensors collects data from the physical equipment and machineries and send it to the cloud using Internet of Things. Once the data is reached the cloud, the data analytics starts. The data is analyzed and the useful data and trends are used to make intelligent predictions and decisions through machine learning and deep learning algorithms. The artificial intelligence systems then push these decisions through automation into the plant environment. It's a loop. Physical data is collected and it is analyzed and intelligent decisions are made in the cyberspace. Then again, these data come back to the physical equipment and the physical equipment are driven by these decisions of the digital space. This is a loop. This is the greatest advantage of Industry 4.0 model. There are no gaps. And systems like cybersecurity, wireless technologies, AR, VR, drones, these are all supporting systems for the Industry 4.0 model. And among this family of technologies, immersive technologies, that means augmented and virtual reality technologies, are somewhat unique. Why? Because rest of the technologies, all the 9 technologies, when deals with the machines, they deal with how to make the machines smarter, how they make the equipments to make intelligent decisions on its own. Only VR, AR deals about the human element. These technologies are used to develop the skill set of the humans. We need the people to be smarter. We need the people to be skillful. That's where AR, VR come in. You know why? Based on statistics, almost 80 to 90% of the industrial mishappenings and accidents comes through human mistakes. It's not that machines makes mistakes. 90% of the time, humans makes mistakes. So it is equally important to make the humans intelligent, humans skillful, the same way we give importance to the equipments in the Industry 4.0 landscape. Virtual reality headsets are used to create immersive digital twins of the physical factories, meaning the exact digital counterpart of the physical factories are created and brought inside the virtual space, where the user can use his virtual hands to interact with equipments. They can take operational trainings, safety trainings, as well as assembly, disassembly, maintenance trainings, and skill development like welding. All this can be practiced as if they are doing in real life. The level of immersion gives almost 75 to 90% knowledge impart, when it is almost like 4 times higher than the classroom training. So when immersive technologies are used in healthcare, the situations like pandemics can be effectively addressed. The anticipated influx in COVID-19 patients requires a high degree of well-trained doctors, nurses, and healthcare workers. Healthcare workers can be effectively trained in the virtual space on safe handling of these patients, as well as clinical procedures and other medical protocols. Now let's talk about the advantages and value we get from this manufacturing 4.0 model. This caters to the entire life cycle of the product, starting from prototyping to procurement to production to sales and marketing till customer support. What happens if somebody places an order, if a customer places an order, that order automatically assigned to the production line, and before assigning to the production line, it also checks the availability of spare parts and the availability of the production line, what is currently, which product is under production, when the production line become free to bring in this new product, new order. All these estimations are made out of a very transparent system. This is a highly autonomous cognitive system which analyzes all the historical data and give useful predictions, and this way the decisions are made reliable, and when the machines make the decisions, the interventions on humans are reduced. As we know, when human factors are introduced, almost 80 to 90% errors are expected. As per McKinsey report, 45 to 55% boost in productivity is expected, and downtime and wastage of equipment, all these got decreased and saves millions of dollars. Now let's discuss about the challenges in adoption, the practical challenges. Why is the slowdown? Though the Industry 4.0 model is introduced back in 2013, why is the adoption is slowed? What are the challenges and what are the answers? Now we have answers in hand. Let's go through them and let me try to answer. Lack of confidence on radical transformation. Yes, the business owners and the top management, investors will always be worried on radical transformations. They are uncertain about the ROI. But you are not 5 years or 6 years back where you don't have any case studies or success stories. As you have seen from the reports at the beginning of my presentation, there are a handful of success stories, almost like 60 to 70% immediate increase in productivity and efficiency. So why are you still worried? You are no more a foreigner. There are proven case studies and reports. Uncertainty on implementation roadmap. Yes, where to start? This is not like one steam engine or one electric motor. Here there are tens of technologies and sub-technologies. So where to start? Where to begin? How to design the use case? How to design a solution for a particular pain point? These are all the confusions of the companies. And also they were finding difficulty in identifying the technology partners and consultant. Business owners, you have to understand, this is not a new thing anymore. There are companies who have experience in consulting and successfully implementing in the past 6 to 7 years. So there are a handful of companies with good experience, but you have to identify them. Third most challenge, the biggest challenge, is reliable hardware and IT infrastructure. And reliability is one thing, and it is thought very expensive. Yes, it was true in the past, but what is the current status? Stable and improved 4th generation, 5th generation, 6th generation, more matured hardwares have evolved. The reliability is no more a question. And also, when you talk about actuators and sensors, the hardware part, sensor prices have considerably dropped, almost 70% dropped over the last decade. It is almost like 1/3 of the investment you need to make when compared to the past. I believe I have made you understand the history of industrial revolutions and where we are now, and what are the key advantages and takeaways of adopting Industry 4.0, and what happens if you don't adopt, the downside of it. What are you waiting for? It's time to sow. Thanks for the opportunity. Bye-bye.